Congrats on your purchase of the Starter Kit to learn how to hire your first or next best sales professional. I'm Michelle Terpstra, CEO and founder of the Startup Sales Leadership Institute, and I am so excited to help you on your journey to hiring your best performing sales professional. This is my big promise. If you take this training series seriously, you will be absolutely prepared to go out and make your best hire ever. It is absolutely critical that you listen to all of the videos, take notes, and pay attention. I will also be using my flip chart here to illustrate some really important parts of the training, and I'm really excited to just dig right in. Let's just call the elephant out in the room. If you, the founder, are still doing all of the sales within your business, you are absolutely capping your revenue. And by hiring your first or next best salesperson, you have the ability to increase the valuation of your company, exit the day-to-day sales activities that are bogging you down, and heck, maybe you'll even enjoy that business that you've built. Part of the mission of the Startup Sales Leadership Institute is to empower the founder to enjoy time and financial freedom. And everything I'm going to show you today is exactly how you can do that by beginning the journey of letting someone else sell your products, programs, and services. By stepping away from the daily sales activities you're doing right now, you have the opportunity to step into the CEO role. That means that you get to be the visionary again. Enjoy your time, enjoy the financial freedom, and also, if you're interested, increase the valuation of your business. So if down the road you decide to sell, you have an internal sales organization which will boost your value. So first of all, let's break down exactly where you're at in your journey. We have two different categories that I find most founders fall into. So first, let's identify where you're at. So our first one here is the solo entrepreneur. The solo entrepreneur is in what I call the fulfillment loop, the absolute struggle to continue to market and to sell and then fulfill. So what typically happens if you're the founder, the only person selling, is that you do a bunch of selling, a bunch of marketing, you get a bunch of clients, and now you have to fulfill. Even if you have a scalable program or a hybrid course, or you've really done a great job at fulfillment on the back end with teams, if you have an agency, you still get stuck in this loop. And that is how you are getting into the trap. The non-ability to increase your sales because you're trapped in the fulfillment loop. And it's really critical we get you out of that, all right? But the good news about you, the solo entrepreneur, is that if you've gotten this far and you're listening to this training, you've likely mastered sales yourself. So congratulations on the growth that you already have in your company. Let's just take it to the next level. All right, so the next thing over here, so if you're the solopreneur, if you're the solo entrepreneur, if you're in the fulfillment loop struggle, that's your first choice here. The second choice is the freedom seeker I've been talking about. However, it hasn't exactly worked out the way that you intended. So there's a couple of categories that you could fall into here. So first of all, maybe you've tried. Maybe you have tried to outsource your sales, perhaps to a closing agency, and it hasn't gone that well. I've had clients try this before and they end up spending a ridiculous amount of money with an agency to not only pay commissions, but to do revenue share, and they don't even get to control the quality of the sales process. And it often, more than not, becomes a quality control problem and ruins the brand reputation. So most people that I find who outsource to an agency, it's very temporary, and then they either decide to bring sales inside again, or they get so frustrated and they go back to being the solo person, selling everything. Now, I don't want either one of those things for you, so we're going to talk through this. And perhaps you've tried, maybe you've even tried to hire your own person internally. But what I find with this is that you're hiring the wrong person for the role. So often what happens is, oh, I have a friend named Amy, or Jack's my buddy. I'm going to hire cousin Charlie. And what happens is that you hire people you like instead of the people that are going to perform for you, make sales and stay on brand, and really be the ally that you need to hit your next revenue growth target. Now, the next thing is maybe you're looking and maybe that's why you bought this starter kit. So congratulations, you're gonna learn so much over the course of the training. But please make sure not to skip any of the steps because I don't want the looker to turn into the person who tried and didn't get the results that you wanted, okay? Next thing is that perhaps you have a team member or maybe a couple and you're getting by. So it's just enough not to fire them, but you really thought it would be better than this. And don't worry, we can fix that too. So right now, I want you to think about which one are you? Are you the solo entrepreneur or are you the outsourced sales seeker? The person truly looking for the freedom already and sees the opportunity. If you have a moment, you'll see a link below, and I would love for you to send me a message on social media and let me know which one, solo or seeker. I really enjoy interacting with my customers, and I would love to connect with you. Now, before we move on in the trainings, I want to explain to you why this is such a difficult process for most businesses like yours. The reason why is when someone is successful at selling, as a founder, as an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a scaling personal brand, all of these beautiful things, they often don't know why they're so good at selling. This is actually really, really natural and common. So intuitively, you know how to connect with your ideal person. You know how to quickly identify what they need, provide the solution, make the sale, and move on. And awesome, right? I mean, that's incredible. That's how you've gotten to the point that you're at right now. Unfortunately, when it's time to bring on the salesperson, it's quite difficult for almost all founders to understand the exact process to educating their sales team so the sales team can be just as good as them or even better. And this is a really, really common struggle. And I'm willing to bet a lot that you are feeling this way right now. There's some really important shifts that you need to make to go from the person making all of the sales to a sales team that is supporting you. So the following trainings are really going to break this down. I extensively expand on everything that you're going to see in this training inside the Startup Sales Leadership Academy that has over 50 templates. And I've had people tell me that it's saved them up to 400 hours, knowing exactly what to do, how to build the systems, and having all of the swipes and templates they need to be successful. But regardless if you end up joining me in the Academy or not, you are going to learn so much from this training series, and I'm super excited for you.